guys, it's your girl Tina. I want to go ahead and shout out D. Thomas. D sent me this disturbing story that's coming out of Washington State. So what happens is that there's a 34-year-old woman, her name is Viviana Gunn, and basically her and her husband, Jordan Gunn, they decide to help Jordan's mother by taking his little younger brother into their home. So they took the little boy into their home. The little boy was 13 years old, and they sadistically and systematically beat this boy. They sliced him. They put nails through his hand. They abused this boy to no end. This situation was so heart-wrenching. It was so sad. This situation had me in tears. I'm just sick by this entire thing. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a news clip, and I will come back with the rest of my commentary.
Evidence photos included in a probable cause document show scars on a 13-year-old boy who investigators claim was repeatedly and brutally abused by his own brother and his brother's wife. Brandon and Viviana Gunn were legal guardians of Brandon's younger brother, who moved from Georgia to live with the couple in Silverdale in May of 2012. Kitsap County prosecutors say the couple systematically abused and tortured the teenager in what were described as sessions while he lived in their home. Prosecutors added new charges of kidnapping and more counts of assault against the Gunns as the investigation into months of torture continues. They were originally charged with criminal mistreatment, assault, and unlawful imprisonment. According to the probable cause affidavit, the teenager often had his hands duct taped together over a vertical bar while he was hung from wooden rafters and beaten with bats and metal bars. Viviana would heat up a knife with a lighter and cut the boy, according to the affidavit. The teen was sometimes forced to strip down naked and stay in a portable dog kennel for 2 to 3 days at a time with no food or water. The Gunns were arrested after the teenager escaped their home and was found by police sleeping in a Bremerton park. Investigators say the officers saw the scars and realized he needed immediate attention. Family members who showed up for the Gunns' court appearance today left without talking to reporters. Neighbors of the Gunns say they had no idea what was happening inside their home.
We'd hear crying, and I assumed it was the younger child. I'd hear it off and on over there.
Both Brandon and Viviana Gunn remain in the Kitsap County Jail. Their bail set at $500,000. In Port Orchard, Kevin McCarty, Kairos 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, so you guys just watched that disturbing news clip. So the reason why this is hitting the news is because Vivian was just sentenced to 31 years in jail. Her husband, who is the little boy's big brother, he's going to be sentenced sometime in January. This whole situation is just sick. A lot of folks are saying, where's the mom? Why wasn't the mom checking in? Why wasn't the mom calling? From everything I've researched, they're saying that the mother sent the little boy to go live with his big brother because there was no father figure in the household for him, and he was starting to kind of act up in Atlanta. So she thought it would be a good thing to send him up to his big brother so his big brother could be a good role model for him, because his big brother was also in the U.S. Navy. So that's why the mother sent him, and they agreed. They're also saying that Vivian had other children in the household, but those other children weren't abused. Now, the thing that pisses me off the most about this story is I've been in a situation where I've had to take custody of my little brother, when my little brother came to stay with me for about a year when I lived in South Carolina. You know, doing my family a favor. He came to come stay with me, and I was his legal guardian, okay? So I understand the whole sending your kids to go live with the older brother or sister. I've been that big sister to my brothers, you know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with that. And at that time, when we all lived in South Carolina, it was me, my little brother, my husband. I was pregnant at the time, and then I had, you know, my oldest son. So it was all 5 of us living in my house in South Carolina. So the crazy thing I don't understand is at the end of the day, that is my little brother. Ain't no way in hell my husband could have put his hands on my little brother, talked to my little brother crazy, none of that. That's your sibling. You know, for this man to partake with his stupid ass wife in abusing his little brother who's 13, this is crazy. That is your brother. That is your mother's child. She sent him to go live with you thinking that you were going to look out for him, teach him the way of the world, teach him the ropes, and make him a better man. And instead you abuse this boy. You strip your little brother naked. You beat him in his private parts with a bat. You sit there and drill nails through his hands. And you allow your wife to heat up a knife and cut this little boy. Him and his wife, they need to be in jail for the rest of their lives. While he want to sit there and cry and have his head held down in court, fuck you and your disgusting wife. That little boy was sent to you for you to be a good role model to him and for you to look out for him, not for you to abuse. It's going to be so hard for that young man to be able to trust anybody. He's going to have to live with that abuse for the rest of his life, knowing that his big brother not only condoned his wife abusing him, but he also partook in it. This is some sick, sadistic shit. And you can't tell me that those other kids that were in the household weren't seeing this going on. He literally had to chew his way to freedom. Who does that to a child? It's sad that we have no more humanity for each other, not even our own siblings. As a big brother, as a big sister, as a big brother and coming from a big sister, you're supposed to look out for your siblings. You're supposed to want the best for your siblings. You're supposed to be a role model for your siblings. This whole situation is sick, and I'm so happy that she got those 31 years. She deserves more than that, in my opinion. And I'm so glad that boy got away, because if they could do all this, it was only a matter of time before they killed this young man. So thank God that he got away. From what I'm hearing, he's doing much better. He's back staying with his mother. You know, he's not getting into any trouble. He's on the right path. So hopefully, you know, he'll be able to heal from this. Hope the brother gets sentenced to 30 years or longer, because this whole situation is just a damn shame. Anyways, go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. All right. Deuces.